Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our third class of this advanced English course. Please confirm if you can hear me loud and clear.
Yes, teacher.
Oh, thank you, Angela. Thank you. Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Nidia. Hi, Joe Uncle. Hi, Edward. Hi, Sony, who just logged in. Okay, guys. So tonight is our third class of this advanced English course. And we have some news. I know that you're going to love it. I know that you like when we have days off. So, first things first, right? So you know that next Thursday is going to be a holiday because it is the celebration of Corpus Christi. Because of that, we won't have class on Thursday. Okay, so next Thursday you're going to have no class. Okay, with that being said, we are going to review the whole unit now, unit number 2, but still, you are going to have a practice, okay, about tonight's class, and you will have until Sunday to do it. Okay, so we won't have class on Thursday due to the holiday celebration, but you are going to have your normal practice of tonight's class, and you will have until Sunday to do it. Okay, so it's an easy topic that we're going to deal with. We're going to teach tonight, and something else. As you noticed, if you did the first practice, I guess the majority of you did because I haven't checked it out. As you noticed, the practice are long. Okay, someone wrote me from this group telling me that the practice were really long, and they're going to be that long throughout all the advanced course module. Okay, throughout all the advanced module, the practice are going to be long because remember that we're not listening anything now for the class and we're not reading here in the class. So now you have to do that on your own time, and in this case, during the practice. So every practice is going to have a reading exercise and a listening exercise, and those reading and listening exercise are going to come with questions because that's the only way that I know that you read it, right? So get used to that. Okay, get used to that. I think that by tomorrow you will have your new practice available. So more than enough time, and you can use Thursday time if you wish to practice tonight's class or to do the practice the way that you think fit best for you. Is that clear?
So, teacher.
Okay.
So, so.
Sound too.
Merely.
Ok. Bien, recuerden que, por si acaso, ¿verdad? El próximo jueves es Corpus Christi, ¿verdad? Y debido a que, ¿verdad? Es un día feriado, mucha gente se desconecta. Bueno, no vamos a tener clase el próximo jueves. Tampoco está incluido dentro de su programa el día. Entonces, no vamos a tener clase el próximo jueves y vamos a tener la clase de esta noche donde vamos a abordar toda la gramática, ¿verdad? Pertinente a la unidad número 2. De todas formas, hay una práctica basada en la unidad de esta noche que va a estar disponible desde el día de mañana y ustedes tienen hasta el domingo para hacerlo. Es decir, el esquema no se va a romper. Vamos a seguir con la misma dinámica. Lo único que no vamos a revisar los ejercicios antes de la práctica, sino que lo vamos a revisar el próximo martes junto con el nuevo tema que será la unidad 3 que corresponde para dicha semana. De esa manera mantenemos el programa intacto. A pesar de que el programa normalmente cuando tienen esos días de fiesta le añade un día más, pero a mí no me gusta romper la secuencia, no quiero romper la dinámica de la semana. Entonces era eso lo que les estaba diciendo y también les mencioné que las prácticas que estamos subiendo a la plataforma pues son prácticas largas. Yo sé que son largas, por eso tienen 45 minutos o creo que en el caso de ustedes yo les di una hora para hacerlas, todas van a ser así. Porque recuerden que estamos haciendo el reading y el listening a través de esas prácticas. Es una hora, es decir, es una hora de entrenamiento, es una hora de repaso, es una hora de práctica que si no lo ha hecho ese día, pues ahí tiene algo que lo obliga sí o sí a dedicarle esa hora y concentrarse para desarrollar esa habilidad. Con eso dicho, let's go back to English. Tell me, Nidia.
Teacher,
Yes.
one question.
Yes.
Esa es la primera práctica de este nuevo módulo, ¿correcto?
Yes.
Para continuar lo que es ya la secuencia como la hemos llevado anteriormente.
Yes.
Ok, porque estuve revisando y pensé que había práctica para este domingo, pero me di cuenta que no.
Lo que pasa es
Sí,
que
hubo.
esa era la práctica, ¿verdad? Cerraba el domingo.
Ujú.
No he subido la de
Ok.
esta noche todavía, es la de la clase de esta noche, pero para mañana va a estar ya.
Mm, ok, excelente.
Exacto.
Thank you, teacher.
Exacto. No las estoy subiendo.
Sí, pero Nidia, sí hubo. El domingo había.
Va que
Ah,
Nidia
pero
la
yo tengo
hizo.
que revisar la plataforma.
Usted-
O yo la había hecho, yo creo.
La largota que tenía reading y listening.
No. Tengo que verificar, a ver.
Revise
Porque
porque
la
a
estaba
ver.
buscando y no. Pero eso es con el módulo nuevo.
Sí, en el mosaico que
Porque
es avanzado.
tengo que verificar ese mosaico porque no lo estoy visualizando.
Ok, revise y me
Tengo
deja
que
saber.
chequear eso. Ok, chévere.
Bye,
Está
teacher.
bien.
Ay, teacher.
Hey,
La-
Edward.
Olvidé hacerla el domingo y el lunes me permitió hacerla. Era esa la que estaba.
Si estaba en el cosa avanzado, sí, aprovechese de ese glitch ahí en el sistema.
Me aproveché el lunes y la hice, que el domingo no pude.
Eso está bien, eso está bien. Eso aprovechando las oportunidades ahí. Bien, entonces, recuerden también que hay there is English idiom review. Last week was Last week was the first part. So tonight we're going to see the second part. Let me share with you my screen so you can see the second part of these idiomatic expressions, these English idioms. So the first list was about situaciones cotidianas y bienestar. And the second part is going to be about trabajo, esfuerzo y productividad, right? Work, effort, and productivity. So here we have the list. We have here, call it a day, cut corners, hit the nail on the head. I like this expression. Burn the midnight oil. Burn the midnight oil. Learn the ropes. I like this one too. Learn the ropes. On the same page. Get your act together. Americans have a version of this, another version of this expression, but it's not for this English class because it is pretty informal. The ball is in your court. The ball is in your court. Go the extra mile. Go the extra mile. And back to the drawing board. Back to the drawing board. Tell me, Giovanni.
Teacher, this document with the idiomatic expression, did you send it by the WhatsApp group?
No, it's on the platform.
Okay.
Yeah. If it's not in the platform, you can let me know so I can check it out. And if it is not, I can upload it again because if I remember correctly, I did it.
Teacher, for me, it's easier to see it in the WhatsApp group because I can print it.
Okay, it's okay. Well, after the class is over, you can text me so I can remember.
Okay.
So you remind me,
Okay.
and I can
Yeah.
look it up because I have the document here in one of the groups, and I can send it to you directly.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Okay, guys. So this is the second list for this week. Remember, the review is divided into two parts. The first one is about the meaning in Spanish, and the second one is the use of these expressions in context, which is the most important part of the exercise. Okay, so before we begin, let's start with our reflection of why it says here today. Okay, let's leave it like that for now. Okay, so the reflection for tonight's reflection is the more that you read, the more things you will know. The more that you read, the more things you will know. So I'm going to give you 1 minute to think about that. 1 minute to think about that. And after the minute is over, I will ask you questions. Okay? Well, not questions. I will ask your opinion about this. Okay? So you have 1 minute starting now.
Teacher,
Yes.
esa expresión fue la pasada.
No, this is a new one. This is different. The last one was this one.
Okay.
Where is it? This was the first one. Anyone who has never made a mistake has never tried anything new. But this one is different. They're related because I'm trying to find the easiest one for now. So, 1 minute. Okay, time is up. Let's start with Joanny Hill. So, Joanny Hill, what's your opinion about this phrase?
Teacher, I agree 100%.
Okay.
I mean, the reading is the best hobby a person has ever have. The reading open your mind. Your reading improve your vocabulary. The reading improve your knowledge. The person who read is more intelligent than who doesn't read.
Okay.
I think the reading is the best thing the world has invented.
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 Okay.
Invented. Please, let's read. Let's love the books because in the books are diamonds, are diamonds, tesoro.
Treasure.
They are the books are treasure. The books. So the reader know about all of the topic. If you are reading a book of history, you will know about history a lot. If you are reading a book of science, you will know science a lot. I mean, it's incredible. It's wonderful.
It is.
So I agree. I agree 100%.
Okay, well done, Joanny. Joanny, a small suggestion. When you say a hobby, you said something like, es el mejor hobby que una persona puede tener. In English, the best way to say it is, it's the best hobby anyone can have, or it's one of the best hobbies a person can have. Okay?
Thank you, teacher.
Okay. You're welcome. Excellent, Joanny. Let's continue with Nidia. Nidia, tell us, what do you think about this? Do you agree with Dr. Seuss?
Okay. In my opinion, I'm sorry, teacher.
It's okay.
Kira. I'm sorry. Okay. In my opinion, reading help us learn new things every day. The more we read, the more knowledge we gain, and they're better prepared with art for life.
Okay. Okay, well done. Let's continue with Saoni. Tell me, Saoni, what do you think about this?
The red allow to learn more and expand your knowledge and enriching se dice your vocabulary.
Increases your vocabulary.
Increases yo platico your vocabulary and you make more intelligent.
Okay.
Finish.
Okay, you become a more intelligent person when you read. That's true. Okay, let's continue with, let's see, Angela. Angela, tell me, what's your take about this? What's your perspective?
My perspective, I mean, that means what when I learn more things, and the person who read is the person is become a more intelligent person and more intelligent person. And I agree when my parents are say what the read is you help you expand your mind and
Okay.
make you more intelligent.
Okay, so reading expand your mind. Reading expand your mind. Okay. Okay, well done, Angela. Let's continue with Joangel Gomez. Joangel, tell us.
I don't agree about this because when you read, you expand your mind and you look the life for other points. You look the situation for all the points, and how can you say hay un dicho, teacher, in English?
There's a saying.
Okay, there's a saying that you read, you talking with the other people, then this expand your mind. O sea, mi papá siempre me decía que cuando usted está leyendo, tú estás hablando con un sinnúmero de personas.
Okay, so when you are reading, you are
Porque
talking with a lot of people.
exactly because when you're reading you and me read the same book, you have the one opinion, and I have the one opinion, the other opinion different about you. And this is good because you have the one point, I have the one point. It's good.
Okay, okay. Okay, so a small suggestion there, Joankel. We don't say the one opinion, just one opinion. So you have an opinion is better. You have an opinion. I have a different opinion. Instead of using the one, we don't use the for that, just an opinion. Okay, so when you read a book, you have your opinion. I have my opinion. Okay, let's continue.
Thank you, teacher.
Always, let's continue with Jennifer. Tell us, Jennifer, what is your opinion about this?
Bueno, teacher. And my opinion.
Opinion.
Uh-huh. The more one reads, the more knowledge and opportunities one may have.
Okay, nice. That's true. The more you read, the more opportunities someone uh, can have. Right. It's good. At the end, I will ask a question about how many books are you reading per year. That is the next step, right? How many books are you reading per year? Okay, let's continue with, thank you, Jennifer. Let's continue with, okay, Camila, and then we finish with Edward. Tell me, Camila, what do you think about this?
Then it's important. It learn new things every day. Every day. Okay. Um, I like reading because it give my knowledge new ideas. The more I read, the more I know.
Yes, that's true.
Yes.
Thank you, Camila. And Edward, tell us, Edward, what do you think about this?
Present.
What do you think about this, Edward? What's your take?
And farmers from the doctor says and settled self and perfectly capturing the magic of the book. Um, a little
Are you there, Edward? I don't hear you very
to
well.
me.
I don't hear you very well. Are you? I wanna. Can you repeat what you just said because I didn't catch what you were saying.
Um, so okay. Perfectly capturing magic book. It's perfect.
It's perfect.
Yes.
What is perfect, Edward?
Imagine the book.
Okay. So it's perfect imagining a book or reading a book.
Imagine the magic. Oh,
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. The idea with this, Edward, is to try to pull to get your ideas together and be able to make a full sentence with coherence. Okay, so we need to practice that. Okay, Edward, we need to practice that. How to say what I want to say with the words that I have, with the vocabulary that I have learned, and build a simple sentence. For example, you can say, I agree with Dr. Seuss. And that's it. That's a full sentence.
Okay.
I agree. Okay.
Yes, understand.
Okay. I agree with Dr. Seuss. So we're going to practice that, especially with the assignment. At the end of the class, I will give an assignment to all of you. So I want you to pay attention to that assignment and try to do it before the class so you can start working with that ability, with that skill to be able to express your ideas, because I know that you have enough words to say it or to build a small sentence, but you have to practice a little bit more in order to be able to do it here during the class. Tell me, Giovanni.
Teacher, you have been talking
To us
to us
about
about
an
an exam
Assignment.
and some assignment, but I don't know the meaning of this word.
Okay, an assignment is like in Spanish una asignación de algo, something that you have to do, like a homework, an assignment.
Okay.
Yeah, it's something like that. Okay, guys, so let's begin with tonight's class. So all of you gave interesting commentaries or made interesting commentaries about this phrase, and that's the point. When you read, you can increase your knowledge. Every book, every article, every story give us more information. Okay, and those things that we read can improve the way we see, the way we understand how life works. And we also get fresh perspectives to different topics or subjects or issues in society or issues in family issues that we can see from another perspective. So it is always a good practice to read. And if reading is a hobby, is even better, because it is not the same when you have to read because someone is telling you to read than when you read because you want to read, because you enjoy reading. Many people enjoy watching La Casa de los Foques, right? La Mansión, lo que sea, or watching Netflix, or watching HBO, or watching YouTube. Those are hobbies. But what about if you can have a hobby like reading? And when it comes to learning English, if you want to increase your vocabulary, if you want to increase or improve the way you structure your sentences, reading is one of the best way to do that. Because when you're reading, you see how normally they structure their sentences, which words they use, which expressions are more common. Obviously, depending on your interest, you're going to find words that are common in that context. But either way, it's going to help you also learning or understanding without translating. When you start reading a text in English, at the beginning, you are like reading and translating. But that is going to be a handicap for you. You won't be able to read faster because you are translating every word or sentence that you read. So it's going to be a mess when you're reading. You're going to make a lot of stops, or you're going to I don't know, maybe you are going to read something and then someone is going to ask you a question and you have nothing to say about that because you read it but you didn't understand it. So when you start reading constantly, something happens in your brain that you can read, understand, and you don't have to translate. Just reading, like if you were reading in Spanish, it feels like that. So you have to read it. You have to find something, a small book, not a big book, not something like Don Quixote de la Mancha, because you will never finish that. Not at this level. You need something smaller, like bedtime stories for kids, something of a page long, no more than that. And that will help you improve your English. And if you read those topics out loud, your pronunciation is going to get better. Okay? When you read out loud, not in here out loud. When you are reading out loud, your muscles get used to the words in English. So they come out effortlessly when you're speaking. So that's my recommendation. If you don't read, try to read. If reading is not a hobby, try to make it a hobby. Try to enjoy the journey of reading. Try to find something that you like. You don't have to read something that you don't like. If you like novels, so read novels. If you like literature, so read about literature. If you like politics, so read about politics. But read about something that you like, because that's the best way to develop a hobby. Okay? Tell me, Johnny.
I agree
I
with you,
agree with you,
teacher.
teacher.
Okay. So that's the idea, guys. So let's continue with tonight's class. So, unit number 2, life in the city. So, we're going to discuss transportation and public services and ask questions about visiting cities. This is going to be helpful for you, Joanny, because in the other class we are talking about this as well. Okay, so we have here the compound nouns. Remember the compound nouns, which are two words that normally go together, right? Let me use not my pointer. I need my pen. So here we have the first word power with compound nouns. So compound nouns are words that normally go together, like traffic and jam, traffic jam, green space, okay? So here you have to match column A with column B, okay? So you need to identify which words normally go together, okay? That's the first exercise. Okay, so let's talk about expressions of quantity or quantity, okay? Expressions of quantity. Let's see this. Describing your world. How much is there? Navigating amounts. Okay, so remember, guys, that we have two concepts: count nouns and non-count nouns. Remember, we discussed this in the intro book. So remember that count nouns are things that we can count individually, right? Like cars. One car, two cars, one police officer, two police officers, one street light, two street lights. So we can count individually all those things. And non-count nouns are those things that we can't count individually. It's more like a concept. So we have pollution. We don't count pollution. We talk about the levels of pollution, but we don't count pollution. The same thing happens with public transportation as a system, okay? And parking as a system. We're not talking about parking spaces because we can count parking spaces. For example, maybe Agora has 100 parking spaces, but the parking is the whole system. So we don't say one parking, we talk about parking. And the same thing happens with public transportation. So these are count nouns or non-count nouns. Countable or uncountable. Okay. So we have some expressions that we use with these with these nouns. In the case of the count nouns, okay, we can use too many or few. In this case, we have fewer, which is a comparative form of the word few. This is the word few. Fewer is a comparative form. But either way, we use too many and fewer or few with count nouns. Okay? Too many is when we have more than enough, an excess of something. And few is when we have a little amount of something. Okay? So we only use too many and few with count nouns only. Don't forget about this, only. Then we have non-count nouns. We normally use too much and less with non-count nouns. So too many and too much, they mean the same, and fewer or less, they also mean the same. The difference is that we use few for count nouns and less for non-count nouns. But the idea is the same. Few cars, less pollution. Too many people, too much pollution. At the end is the same idea, but the structures are used for different nouns. Here in the middle, we have two expressions that we can use with both of them. So we can use more with count nouns and more with non-count nouns. I can say more people or more pollution, and both are correct. The same thing happens with enough. Enough people, enough pollution, not enough people, not enough pollution. You see? So more, enough, and not enough can be used with both count nouns and non-count nouns. Okay? If you have any doubt about the meaning of few or less, you can look it up. Okay? You can look it up. Okay, so here you have more examples to understand better these concepts. So, count nouns, there are too many cars, as you can see in the picture, too many. Count nouns, there should be fewer cars. Okay, cars, count nouns. We need more streetlights. Streetlights. There aren't enough police officers. All of these are count nouns. Here we have non-count nouns. There is too much pollution. Non-count nouns, there should be less pollution. So in this case, we're using should with fewer and less because we're comparing at a certain point or in some way with these words, because in the case of fewer, this is a comparative adjective. We need more public transportation. You see, public transportation is a system, so we don't use it as a countable noun. We don't say one public transportation, two public transportation. No, because we're talking about public transportation as a system. It is only one system. There isn't enough parking. Okay? We're not talking about parking space individually. We're talking about the parking as a whole. Okay? That's it. Is that clear? Okay.
Más o menos, teacher.
More or less, it's okay. If you have any doubts, remember that during the week, you can text me through the WhatsApp group and I will gladly answer all of your questions. Okay, so with that being said, here we have the exercises that are going to help you practice these structures. For example, here we need public schools. So public schools is a count noun, right? Because I can have one public school, two public schools, right? A count noun. So I have the option of too many, fewer, more, enough, and not enough. Okay? But that does not mean that I can use whichever I like here. I need to use the one that fits best. So when we have this need, we can say we need more public schools, because it makes no sense to say we need too many public schools, right? Need and too many. We can also say we need enough public schools, for example, and so on. Okay, so you're going to answer this using these expressions right here. And next Tuesday, we will review them. Here is the second exercise. Choose the correct compound noun for each picture. So you are going to look at the picture and you're going to choose the correct compound noun from the box. Here we have street lights, and here we have this, easy, right? Bus stop, right? This is a bus stop. Okay, too easy. Let's continue with this. So here we have problems. Choose a solution for each problem. So here we have 6 problems. Well, 5, because the first one is already done. So we have here 5 problems, and we have here solutions, right? We need to choose the correct solution for each of these problems. For example, no more parking spaces. The solution, build a public parking garage, right? If we don't have more parking spaces, well, we need more public parking garage. We should tell that to our government. Okay, so here we have our discussion for our next class. The first of 2. So, rate your city. Which of these services are available in your city or town? Discuss what is good and bad about each one. So here we have 6 topics: recycling system, transportation system, parks and green spaces, Wi-Fi service, affordable housing, recreational and sports facilities. So what I need from you guys is that next Tuesday, you need to tell me your opinion about this. But in this case, I won't leave it to your option. So you choose to do it if you want to or not. I'm going to pick 6 of you that will have the commitment to bring your commentaries about these services that we have in our city. Okay, so let's start with Angela. Angela, I'm gonna give you recycling system. Okay, you're going to tell us about the recycling system in the Dominican Republic. Oh, I can see it now. Where are you? Give me 1 second. Okay. Did you hear me, Angela? I didn't see your reaction.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, so Angela has the recycling system. So the only thing you have to do, Angela, is to tell us how the recycling system works in Santo Domingo. Okay? That's it. If it is a good system, if we even have a system, that's it. Transportation system is going to be for Angela. Are you there, Angela?
Yes, teacher.
Okay,
Teacher, one question.
yes.
I need to explain now.
No, now. Next Tuesday.
All right.
Next Tuesday. Okay, so Angela, I need you to choose someone else here for the other topic. So I don't do it myself.
Yo, Ángel.
Okay, Joankel. Joankel, you've been chosen by Angela to talk about the transportation system in Santo Domingo. Okay.
That's very complicated right now.
Yeah, I know, I know. But for next Tuesday, you have
Okay.
1 week to look it up and to build your answer. I mean, you can bring something written. It doesn't matter. What I want you is to express how do you see the transportation system in the Dominican Republic.
Okay, okay, but about the what I look and good and bad.
Yes, yes. What is good? What is bad? What works? What doesn't work? Your
Okay.
opinion. So, Joangel, choose another one.
Jennifer?
Jennifer. Jennifer, are you going to be with us next Tuesday?
Bueno, póngalo ahí. Está bien. No problem.
Okay, so Jennifer, you're going to talk about parks and green spaces in the Dominican Republic. Okay, your opinion about parks and green spaces. So Jennifer, choose another person.
Teacher, repeat, please.
Parks. You can see it right here. Parks and green spaces. Okay. So Jennifer, I need you now to choose someone else. Another person.
Excuse me. No visualizo la pantalla.
Okay. Can you see it there? Okay, I'm gonna write it. Okay, give me 1 second. I sent to your number, to your WhatsApp number. I sent you a message, Jennifer, with the title of your topic. Okay. So Jennifer, I need you now.
Eh, space.
Yes, parks and green spaces.
Okay. Okay.
I need you to choose someone now, Jennifer. Another person for the other topic. Are you there, Jennifer?
Teacher, excuse me, que se está entrecortando el internet
Ok, que si
aquí.
puedes seleccionar,
Se-
seleccionar a otra persona para el siguiente tema, a otro compañero.
A Camila, teacher.
Okay, Camila, are you there, Camila? Thank you, Jennifer.
Teacher.
Okay, so Camila, you're going to talk about Wi-Fi service. Wi-Fi service here in Dominican Republic. So you're going to focus on those public places that we have free Wi-Fi. How is that service? Okay, is it good? Is it bad? Is it fast or is it slow? Is it dangerous?
Teacher, please.
Huh?
Repeat, teacher, please.
Wi-Fi service. Wi-Fi service. Okay. So Camila, we have two more topics. Can you choose another person, please, for the other topic?
Repite que se me está cortando de verdad.
Okay, I will text you the topic, okay? Te lo voy a mandar por mensaje.
Okay. Thank you.
So, ¿podría elegir a alguien más para continuar con el otro? Parece que Camila no me escucha bien. Lo tendré que hacer yo. Okay, Joanny. Affordable housing, Joanny. Are you there?
Yes, I'm
here,
here,
teacher.
Okay, Joanny. So you're going to talk about affordable housing in Dominican Republic.
Okay,
that is
a house for rent.
Yes. How affordable is
okay.
how affordable is to live in the Dominican Republic? Is it cheap?
Okay,
Is it expensive to rent a house?
Okay.
Okay.
It's expensive, I think.
Okay. So next Tuesday, you will tell us a little bit more about that. And Joanny, choose the last person, please, to assign.
Edward.
Edward. Edward, are you there? So, Edward, in our next class, you have to talk about recreational and sports facilities. Okay?
Campos.
Recreational and sports facilities. I'm going to text you now. Le voy a enviar un mensaje con el tema para que no se le complique.
Edward. Edward. Ay.
In my car.
Facilities. Okay. Okay, so let's continue. So next Tuesday, you're going to tell us about these systems or places here in Dominican Republic. How are they? Okay. Are they good? Are they terrible? Do they need improvement? Okay, so let's continue. We have here our second conversation. Do you know where? I will send you the audio for this. And this is our last grammar, which is pretty simple, okay? So, in English, we have two types of questions. We have direct questions and indirect questions, okay? So, direct questions and indirect questions. So direct questions are the questions that you learned to say or to ask at the beginning of the course. Like, for example, where is the nearest ATM? Where are the restrooms? How often do the buses run? What time does the bookstore open? Where can I catch the bus? So you know these questions, you know the structure of these questions, but something happens in English. These questions are too direct. So when you are speaking with a stranger in the US, it is not polite to ask questions like this. Where is the nearest ATM? Okay, it is not polite. So you need to change the question and add something else in order to make that question sound politer. Okay, let me show you how. Okay, so while these direct questions, like this one, where is, how often, what time, are standard, short, and grammatically correct, they carry a social risk. Okay? In English, using this blunt structure can sound demanding, aggressive, or rude when speaking to strangers, customer service, representatives, or informal situations. Okay? These questions are grammatically correct. There's nothing wrong with these questions. But when you are using them, when you and you're speaking with strangers or customer services or representatives or in a formal situation, they may sound aggressive or rude, okay? Like you're demanding something. So if you don't want to make the other person feel like this, like you're being aggressive or rude, you need to change something. Okay, let me show you. Okay, so what we do in English is that we have to soften the phrase. We add the expression, could you tell me where the nearest ATM is? Okay, so we normally use these introductory phrases. Can you tell me? Could you tell me? Do you know? Would you mind telling me? Always. But that's not all. We also have to make a change in the structure of the question. So let me see if I have here. Okay. So look at this question. Where is the ATM? This question uses the verb to be, right? And we know that in this kind of a structure, we have WH word followed by the verb to be and the rest of the question, right? But when you want to make a polite question, we add our expression, could you tell me? And then we have to change the position of the verb to be. You can see it right here, where the ATM is. So when you use this phrase to soften your question, you have to change the place, you have to change the verb to be and put it in a different place. You have to put it in a different place. So instead of being right here, you're going to put it at the end. Could you tell me where the ATM is? And this is going to happen. This is going to happen every time you see a question with a verb to be. You add your introductory phrase, could you tell me? And then you change the order of the question, where the ATM is. If you leave the question like this, could you tell me where is the ATM? For the Americans, nothing changed. Ok, si usted hace la pregunta y utiliza la expresión introductoria, ¿podrías decirme y no hace el cambio del verbo to be? En el imaginario americano, usted no hizo absolutamente nada. Si no cambió, la estructura no cambió. Usted necesita cambiar la posición del verbo to be. Entonces, can you tell me where the ATM is? Porque si lo dejas igual, no hiciste nada. Can you tell me where is the ATM? Tú estás intentando sonar educado, pero sigue siendo agresivo. Lo mismo sucede con decir, where is the ATM? Please. Tú le agregas el please al final y no hiciste nada con ese please. Eso es como cuando alguien en español te hace una demanda y le pone por favor para sonar de que cortés. Pero mentira, te pidió eso o te demandó eso agresivamente. Como que te digan, ¿dónde está el control? Por favor. ¿Verdad? Por favor. Ya puse por favor a ella para amortiguar. No, tú me pediste el control con agresividad. ¿Dónde está el control? ¿Verdad? Entonces, es lo mismo para el americano. Entonces, tenemos que make that switch. Entonces, el verbo to be, que está siempre después del WH, en una pregunta normal, where is the ATM? Hacemos un cambio. Cambiamos el sujeto por el verbo to be. Where the ATM is. Y lo vamos a hacer así en cada pregunta indirecta. ¿Ok? Ok, more examples. Where are the restrooms? Okay, so we add our introductory phrase. Do you know where the restrooms are? You see, we add the are at the end. We change it. We switch places. Okay, what happens when we have a modal verb? What happens when we have a modal verb? something different. It's not the same as with the verb to be. And this is something you have to remember. So here we have our direct question. Where can I catch the bus? So in the case of these structures with a modal verb, we have to make a switch between the modal verb and the pronoun. So we place the pronoun where the modal verb is and vice versa. So do you know where I can catch the bus? You see? Instead of can being after where, we have the pronoun I. Do you know where I can catch the bus? Okay, so that is in the case of the modal verb can or any other modal verb. That wasn't on purpose. And the last structure that we have to keep in mind is when we have a present simple question. A present simple question that uses the verb to be. Sorry, the auxiliary does. So a normal question using does would be like, what time does the bookstore open? Now, if we want to soften that question, we have to say, do you know what time the bookstore opens? So as you can see right here, when we restructure the sentence or the question to make it sound more polite or politer, we have to drop the does. As you can see, we have does here, but when we restructure the question, we don't have it anymore. ¿Ok? Como se pueden dar cuenta, las preguntas con does, ¿verdad? Cuando las reestructuramos, que agregamos nuestra frase introductoria, do you know, y agregamos la pregunta, quitamos el does completamente. Y como estaba does, it means that it was a third person singular structure. Era una pregunta en la tercera persona del singular, ¿verdad? Porque tenía does. Por lo tanto, no le agregamos la S a open, que sería el verbo. Pero como aquí ya no tenemos el does, sí tenemos que agregarle la S al final. Importante tomar eso en cuenta. So, do you know what time the bookstore opens? So, we completely remove do or does in indirect questions. Don't forget to attach the S to the main verb if you removed does. Okay? This is a simple rule, but important to keep in mind. Okay? So, here you can see all the questions. Where the restrooms are? Where can I catch the bus? What time does the store opens? All of these questions are direct. This is a mistake, right? Because it should be right here for a direct question. Where are the restrooms? Okay, so indirect questions we have here. Where the restrooms are? Where I can catch the bus? What time the store opens? Okay, this is the basic rule. More examples. Could you? Do you? Can you? Could you tell me? Do you know? Can you tell me? We have to start our question with one of these introductory phrases. Okay? So here you have the structure, the intro phrase, the WH word, the subject, and the verb. Okay? Is that clear? Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna give you homework. We're going to be done. Okay, so this is our first exercise. The only thing we need to do is change these direct questions into indirect questions. That's it. Change these direct questions into indirect questions. The other exercise is this one. We have to complete these conversations using the words in the box. Pretty easy too. Here we have to find another way to say each sentence using the structure in parentheses. The same thing. And for our next class, some of you have a previous topic or one topic that you have to talk about in our next class, but we also have the last topic that all of you have to talk and say something in our next class. So our topic for our next class is going to be this one: my worst vacation and my best vacation. Okay? You have to use the simple past. Okay? So you are going to tell us at the end of our next class, next Tuesday, you're going to share with us what was your worst vacation. For example, my worst vacation was when I went to the US and I had to sleep on the floor because blah, 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 blah. And my best vacation was when I visited Monte Cristi and I went to El Morro, something like that. So you have to tell us your worst vacation and your best vacation. And you have to use past simple verbs, obviously, because it is in the past, right? That's it. Okay, so we have two speaking practices for our next class. The first speaking practice is for 6 of you, but this last speaking practice is for all of you, including those of you who already have a speaking practice at the beginning of the class. Okay, it's about speaking. This module is for you to speak as much as you can. That's the idea. Any questions? Any doubts? Is everything clear? Okay. So remember that we won't have class next Thursday, so you have a full week until next Tuesday to do everything, to catch up. Okay. So tomorrow I will text in the WhatsApp group when the practice is ready. Remember that I'm going to upload a new practice based on tonight's class. Okay? And I will upload as well the idioms, the review about English idioms to the platform tomorrow too. So with that being said, guys, this will be all for tonight. Enjoy the rest of the week. Enjoy your holiday. And see you again next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Goodbye.
Chen, you send the homework by the WhatsApp group?
The what? The what?
The homework.
Yes, I will send the pictures as soon as we end the class.
Always. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, as soon as we finish the class. Goodbye. Bye-bye.
Good night.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Teacher.
Bye.